Today, it's all about choosing the right color. So, if you want to know how I do that in OneNote, stay with me. Well, hi everyone, this is Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. And today, what I want to do is I want to show you how to find that perfect color to match all of those beautiful digital stickers that you may have purchased so far for your OneNote planner. So for every month, I usually try to choose a different set of stickers just to kind of mix things up and make my OneNote planner more interesting. But I also like to coordinate, because I love tables, I also like to coordinate my table shading to match the colors of my stickers. Sometimes the sticker sets that I purchase come with the hex codes, and sometimes they don't. Or they did, but I may have lost the hex code somewhere. Anyway, I want to show you today how I can grab those colors and get the right hex codes so that when I am in OneNote, creating my monthly spreads or designing my pages however I want, I have all of those colors at my fingertips, okay? All right, well, if any of this sounds interesting to you, please go ahead and give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Turn your notifications all the way on so that you don't miss any of our Friday videos. And with all of that out of the way, let's get right into this video. All right, well, you can see here on my screen, this is a beautiful floral set. And it's called Positively Purple Florals. And it is from Pretty Planner Place, which is a shop on Etsy. I will leave the link below in case you're interested. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how I can take all of the colors that you see here and I can choose colors, get those hex codes, and get the colors for my table shading. Let me show you a quick example of what that might look like when it is finished. All right. So if I go back to my 2024 planner and let's see, if you look at week 4 here, you can see that I have chosen some of these beautiful colors that really pick up on the colors of this floral arrangement that I have here. If I hover the floral arrangement over top, you can see how nicely they coordinate. And even with the dark color there, and even down here to the green color there, okay? So that's what I want to teach you how to do today. Now, this is not something that I can do in OneNote. I have to go to my partner program that I use all the time, which is PowerPoint. So first thing I want to do is actually, let's just take this one. I'm going to grab a copy of this particular floral. I'm going to copy that, and let's jump over into PowerPoint. Now in PowerPoint, I have a blank slide up here on my screen. This is in my planner deck of all of the other things that I have created for my planner, just because I like to keep everything all together. But today we're just going to be working with a blank page, and I am going to come in here and I'm going to paste that graphic that we just copied out of my OneNote planner. Sorry, the cats are playing. Anyway, so you can see here on my screen, I have this beautiful, beautiful floral, all right? And I want to be able to grab some of those colors out of there, okay? This is how I do it. I am sure there are lots and lots and lots of different ways to do it, but this is just a way that I have figured out to do it, all right? I don't need my designer here, so we're going to close that. What I really need to be able to do is just grab any of these colors, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up here to Picture Border, as if I wanted to put a border around this. And I am going to drop down here to the eyedropper, okay? OneNote does not have the eyedropper feature. That's why I use PowerPoint, okay? Now, what I can do is I can hover over a color, and when I hover over a color and leave my eyedropper there, you see that it gives me a set of numbers and a name, okay? And if I hover over a different spot, it gives me a different set of numbers. Those are the RGB numbers. It stands for red, green, blue. And it's a mixture of how much red and how much green and how much blue you put together to make a particular color. Okay. Well, for this activity, I need a piece of paper and a pen because I cannot remember these numbers, okay? And I probably should have my glasses on too because I'm not even sure I can read these numbers. But let's go in here and find a pretty color blue. I don't want something too washed out. I want to be able to see that it's green. Let's pick this one. Just because, okay? And so what I'm going to do is on my little notepad, I'm going to write down those RGB numbers here, okay? And I see 127, and then 176, and then 148. And this is telling me that this is the color green, okay? All right. Now that I have those numbers, that's the important thing. Let's jump back over to OneNote. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to go back to that page that I have in my personal notebook with all of the stickers on it. Okay. And when I do that, what I like to do is set up my own table with my own colors in it. Okay. So I'm going to go up here to create table. And that brings up this little box and it says how many columns going across. I only need 2 columns. But we will say, let's say 5 rows, okay? And I'll say okay, and it gives me this little tiny table right here, which is great, okay? Now, what I want to do is I want to do some table shading, so I'm going to click in one of these cells. I'm going to right-click and come down here to Table and Shading, and when I do that, you're going to see more colors down here at the bottom, okay? When I click on more colors, I get this box right here, okay? And you see down here that there are the standard colors that I could choose from, or I could go over here to Custom. And what I could do is now underneath of Custom, you see it says Color Model, RGB. Those are the same numbers that we just wrote down. Or there's another format, which is HSL, okay? We're going to stick with RGB since that's what we have, okay? And we're going to go down here to red and we're going to type in that first number, which was 127. And you'll see the colors changing over here and you'll see the colors changing up here as I'm mixing those colors together, okay? So we have 127 and then for the green, we have 176. And then for the blue, we have 148, okay? And when I do that, it gives me this really, really pretty color. And as you can see, that coordinates really well with the colors that we see on our screen, okay? Now, down here at the very, very bottom, it's going to give me the hex number, okay? Again, I'm going to write that on my little piece of paper. I'm also going to type it into my chart up there, but writing it down is a good thing for me, okay? So it is number 7, and maybe I should have brought my glasses. Let's see. FB094. FB094. I tell you what, getting old, it's rough. Now I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to put that up here and paste it. And there's my number, okay? So you see it did the table shading in the color that we wanted, and it chose, and I put the hex code there because I copied it, okay? In a previous video, I also showed you how you can go up and down the table shading. So let's say this is the last color that we picked. So let's pick that one again. Actually, let's go to table shading, and we're going to do more colors. It's going to give us that last color that we picked down here at the bottom, okay? And then I can scroll to the top and get a much lighter color. I can come down like that and get this very light color, or I can go down and get a much darker color if I want. Now you can see that some of these really dark colors might be seen over here in these leaves, all right? Okay, so I think I'm going to choose maybe not that dark color. Maybe I'll go with one that's a little bit lighter like that. And you can see that almost matches this clip perfectly. Okay. So again, I'm going to copy this, this hex code, copy it. And then I'm going to say, okay, that's going to make that lighter color. And then I can paste, Control V or paste. And then I have my new hex code. Okay. Let's jump back over to PowerPoint and let's try that one more time, just as a quick review. Okay, so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to just do picture border for any reason to be able to get that eyedropper. And then we're going to come over and let's see. I showed you the purple colors before in my May Plan With Me. So if you want to go back and look at those, you can. But let's go down here and pick one of these colors as well. This kind of rich, almost a peachy color, I guess. And when we choose our color and we hover over it, remember it gives us our numbers there. So we're going to write those down. So this is RGB 227, 189, and 183. Okay. And they're calling this a rose color. All right. So now I can take those numbers that I wrote on my pad. We can go back here. I'm going to click in this space for table shading, and more colors. Our RGB chart comes up here under custom, and we're going to type those numbers in. So 227, hopefully I read them correctly, and 189, and there we go. And then the last one is 183, and that should be that pretty new rose color, okay? All right, so again, I am going to copy this, copy it. I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to paste that hex code right in there, okay? So now I can see that when I take one of my graphics and I put it up here next to these particular colors, actually let me choose this one so it looks a little bit better. When I take that graphic and I put it up here next to these colors, you can see how nicely they coordinate together. And that gives me that beautiful look on my page because I use so many tables. That gives me that beautiful look on my page of my table shading matching my, my stickers and stuff that I'm using. Okay. Now you might say, well, what about text? Let's say I want to write, something that says, coming soon. Okay. And we want to change that text color, okay? I can go up here to color and I can do a drop down. I can also go to more colors, to custom, and I can put those custom colors in there. So let's say I want to use that last one that we did. Let's paste that in there. That gives me that pretty color. And then my coming soon over here, let's make it bigger so you can see it. My coming soon over here is now in that pretty color that kind of coordinates with the stickers that we're using, okay? So these hex codes right here can be really, really helpful and easy to use, all right? You cannot get the hex codes in OneNote because there's no eyedropper feature on the draw menu or anywhere that I have found. If you know where the eyedropper feature is on OneNote, please leave me a comment so that I can learn that as well. But in the meantime, I will use my friend PowerPoint to help me get all of those important codes. All right, well, that's it. Simple today, choosing the right color to go with your planner. I just love the look of coordinating my tables with my stickers that I'm using. I just think it makes it look so professional and so seamless, and I just love it. I love color, and I think this is a great way to do that. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great time playing with your stickers and getting all of your hex codes and figuring out just the right color for you. And until next time, here's hoping that you can live a more organized and simplified life through better planning. I use OneNote and PowerPoint. Okay, until next time. Bye. Good job keeping it short today.